So a lot of you actually watch because of my jokes. So here's a joke for you. Adjustable rate mortgages. My name is Victor Ashley and I'm a real estate agent out of Seattle, Washington. This is how you get a hold of me. Also, leave a comment below. I really appreciate your feedback. And then while you're at it, you could also hit subscribe because I cover a lot of different areas, topics, and concepts that might be important to you. So let's get into it because I want to get into this and make these a little bit quicker. But here's the Mountlake Terrace area, and this is what we're covering today. This is the 98043, and I also want to point out that the Space Needle is about 16 miles to the south of this. Mountlake Terrace is in the Linwood area, and it's just north of Shoreline, just south of Everett, and it's north of the just south of Everett, and it's north of the Kenmore area. So let's begin our breakdown. So I went through and I wanted to take a look at what's available, and I usually only cover everything under $1 million, and that means I have to take houses off of the list. But today, in this zip code that I just reviewed today, I pulled it up and everything is available under $1 million. The reason why we do under $1 million is because that's generally where the majority of our buyers actually live. So based on household income and everything like that. So when I went through, I came out with, I believe it was 17 homes. There was 17 homes available for sale at this moment. And the average home looked like about a $681,000 house that's been on the market for 32 days, almost 33 days. 3 beds, 2 bath, and 1476 square feet. The average listing date was about March 17th, just so you have an idea of what's going on. And then that is also right before the spring rush. So our listed price came out to $490 a square foot. And our average mortgages at this time with the $60,000 down payment were $4,200. And also, I always compare rent. And if you're to rent the exact same size house of this, you're going to come out with a rent that is actually $1,700 less. So if you're a landlord and you happen to buy this house at today's rate, you're going to have to overcharge to get even anywhere close to covering your rent if you bought this house. But at the same time, keep in mind, if you're a renter, you might be saving money right now, but you're not building any equity. And if you want to take a look at that, I actually have an intro to home buying that I'm going to flash on the screen right now. But that's my intro to home buying, and I did a short series on that with just a couple of common questions and considerations that people ask me all the time. So these are the available homes that are able to be bought right now. And again, that's $490 a square foot is the listing price. And our average day on market is 33 days. So let's get into the solds between April 1st and the 15th of this year versus April 1st and the 15th of last year. If you watched my channel in the last couple of weeks, you might have noticed that I've actually tried to do this. So you have an idea how much the market's changed. Let's get into that right now. So there was 21 homes sold inside of that period of time, April 1st to the 15th of last year, 2022. The average price per square foot came out to $465 a square foot. And then the average home being actually bought was about a list price on average, purchase price of $812,000. Average on the time on market was 7 days. 3.5 bedrooms, 2 bath, and 1746 square feet. And then I wanted to actually compare that to this year. This year, though, during that same period of time, the 1st and the 15th of April for 2023, there was only 4 homes that were sold during that time. Again, that's 21 from last year and 4 from this year. So that is a huge decrease in volume. Just so you're aware, that is a 19% year over year. That is an 80% year over year decrease. And that is a huge decrease. So if you're hearing out in the news from a real estate agent or just the general media, or you want to know exactly what's going on in this area, that's what it looks like. It is a decrease of 80% in this area. And let's get into the homes that actually sold during this time. There was one unlisted house that was sold, and that's a house that, it doesn't go out to the general public, but it was actually bought. And usually that's on a private party basis. And that's usually, a family member to a family member kind of thing. Or it could just be an unlisted sale. So the price per square foot came out to $426 a square foot. And the average house actually looked like $685,000, 14 days on market. So basically doubling in the market time. And then 3.5 beds again, 2 bath and 1712 square feet. Now, to give you an idea also of a really good way to get a apples to apples comparison on this, I compiled the two sizes of homes together, and I averaged them together, and I came out with $17.29 per square foot, 1729 square feet. Then I multiplied it by the $465 a square foot, and I came out with a price last year of $804,000 adjusted. Then this year I did the same thing, $17.29 versus the $426. And I came out with $736,000 adjusted. These are approximate numbers. And what it came out to was roughly a $67,000 decrease in the value of homes. And what that looks like, that's actually an 8.41% decrease from last April to this April. And then if you've been following my channel before, I also did a March over March comparison. And March over March went down $90,000. So now you have an idea of the direction that we're going in this area. But right now we're seeing a pullback and a decrease of at least 8% in this area, just based on my dumb math. And again, because I want to make this as equitable as possible, I wanted to talk to you about mortgage rates. I put in mortgage rates right here, and I used about a $200K household income, a $60,000 down payment, and a $700 plus interest rate. Now, the loan values varied on these two different mortgages because I took the average sales price and I put them into my calculator here. But the mortgages last year for the same size house would have cost you $39.90 a month. So let's just call it $4,000 a month. This is your payment and your interest only. This does not include any taxes, insurance, special assessments, or the big one, HOAs. This year it was $45.40. And then what that comes out to is a $560 increase this year, while you're also losing a purchasing power of roughly $100,000. That is an increase of 14%. Now, if you're also in the situation where you might be like me, I'm a renter right now. If I turn around and I try to rent this house instead of buy it right now, I would be spending only roughly $3,000 a month. Now, when I'm looking at my mortgage of being $4,500 a month, that's a 150% increase at my budget. Now, at the same time, you might be somebody that has already bought this house, and now for some sort of reason you became an accidental landlord and you want to be able to rent this out. Well, you're going to be looking at between a $1,200 and a $1,500 loss each month on this house if you turn around and you rent this out at market rate. So more than likely you're going to increase your rents, and at the same time you're going to run into a vacancy issue at that point in time. So this is the kind of thing that I talk about on my channel. And the reason why I do this is because I want to give a basis idea of what is available out there in this area. And again, this area was the 98043 in Linwood. And then at the same time, I cover all these areas every single day. So if you have questions on this, feel free to get a hold of me. My number is right here, and I'd love to hear from you. And as always, it was a pleasure working with you today, and I hope you have a fantastic day.